So since Opus is on HBO Max, I finally sat down and watched it, but wondered to myself, what the did I just watch? Opus is a A24 film that just kind of came and went with no real fanfare. The biggest complaint is twofold. One, the movie feels like a parody of other A24 horror films, and the studio has become something of a shorthand for a certain kind of vibe in modern horror and thrillers. Piggybacking off this is how the movie just isn't that fresh, feeling like a weird mishmash of stuff like Midsummer, The Menu, and Blink Twice. Bottom line, it's not very original. And yeah, I do agree, this movie does kind of play like a greatest hits of other A24 horror films, and at times I did groan at how unoriginal the entire thing is. Here's the thing though, I kind of fucked with this. Yes, it's a bad movie, and I'll get into why in a second. I don't know, I was entertained by just how bonkers this movie is. Like, it takes some big old swings. However, I don't like it enough to justify it for an episode of say it's good actually, but I still wanted to talk about it. Now, your mileage may vary, but personally speaking, this manages to cross into that sweet spot of so bad it's enjoyable. The main reason for me is this man right here. Clearly, John Malkovich is having a blast in the role of Alfred Moretti, once considered the greatest pop star of the 90s. Over the top, charming, pretentious, and sinister, Malkovich navigates all of this with the ease of a veteran actor, and I firmly believe he is the main source of why this movie works at all. However, he doesn't shine alone. Ayo Edebiri is of course brilliant, and her performance grounds Malkovich. She also just provides a really likable and rootable character, and she also acts as an amazing point of view character into this world. The moments she has between Malkovich and herself, I think, are the best in the movie, as both actors have a lot of really good chemistry together. This isn't to suggest the rest of the cast is bad, but these two really anchor the movie greatly. That's pretty much where my praise ends. While the pacing is brisk, it feels almost like a lot of important plot elements are glossed over to race towards the finale. The level list, for example, is a very stock cult affair, and the world building within is just very flat and not that interesting. It just feels like there's big chunks of exposition that is missing, and the overall feeling is underwhelming. This is a shame because the filmmakers at the beginning of the movie do a really good job at making Alfred Moretti feel fleshed out through some really nice montages and some in-universe songs like Dana Simone. But here's the thing, no other aspect of the film gets this kind of love and care. At the core, this movie is about cults and the cult of celebrity, which is something we've seen a lot. And don't get me wrong, this isn't inherently a bad angle, yet everything here is just very surface level. We've certainly seen this cult of celebrity angle tackled in a much more interesting and better way. This movie is a wacky ride, and even though it is very, very flawed, I watched it twice for this review, and I really was at least entertained the entire time, warts and all. And there's a lot of movies that I can't really say the same. So this isn't a perfect movie or even a good movie, but I still kind of enjoyed it. But I want to know what y'all think if you've seen this and what you think. I could definitely see maybe this movie finding a cult following someday, but I don't know. Weigh in the comments, let me know what y'all think, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe. It's really nice to see a influx of subscribers. Y'all are awesome, and I will see y'all in the next video.